Alright, continuing on, we've got the diodes hooked up and we're going to hook them up to pin 16, which is 5 up from the top. I'm going to hook the end that has the black line facing outwards, inwards, whatever. If you can see the black lines on there, the black line is going that way. It's right here. I'm going to try and get this tightened down a little bit on the actual board so that it's going to be nice and clean looking, and it doesn't look like I'm going to have enough slack on this to do that. So anyway, it's soldered onto the point. Now you want to take one end of the capacitor and resistor that I wired up earlier. One end goes into ground. And again on this one I'm gonna push it through kind of far so that I can make this a nice neat installation and not be too not have a whole bunch of wires hanging all over the place. And make sure you get that ground connection in there good. And it's not critical that you get it as short as possible, but it's nice to get it nice and short. And I'm of course going to clip these wires afterwards. That was kind of hot. Now on this one, I'm going to wrap it around the diode wire after the black wire, after the black lines are after the end of the chain. And then with it wrapped, I'm going to solder it that way. And that's all the connections you need to make for that, for just that part of it. And I'm going to go ahead and clip these wires. Now you take the 22k ohm resistor, and later we're going to wire this all up to the actual Xbox. I'm going to show you that part too, but for right now I'm just going to hook it up to pin 8 and leave it there, and I'm not going to put any of the other wires on it yet. And that's pin 8 on the VCC side. Should be clear about that. I'm not counting them the correct way, I guess. And again, I don't recommend even swiping at your soldering iron tip. And on this one I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to poke it through all the way to the end, and I'm going to leave the one side That's actually going to be going out to the Xbox motherboard long for now. I might shorten it when I hook the wire up. And I'm going to clip the end of it. And then actually on this one I'm going to take it out just a little bit farther so it's a little bit shorter than that. I need a little bit better wire clipper so I can clip closer. This one's will not do it. Alright, so now we're ready to actually go over and program the CMOD board. Well, okay. Jump the gun just a little bit on that. You want to take an old DVD drive power cable, cut it, and I just removed all the wires except for the ones for pin 5 and pin 6. And then if you're looking at it this way, the 2 empty pins, and then another row of pins, and then the second row of pins, or the third row of pins from the right side. The top one is the ground and the bottom one is VCC. It's pin 5 and 6. So 5 is ground, and 6 is VCC. Alright, and it should be good to go, and I'll show you how to program it next. This is the second part of preparing the CMOD for the reset glitch hack. I've got it plugged in to my Maximus CK3, whatever it's called, and then you want to plug whatever programming cable you have for the CMOD in the correct order for the pins. You know, I've got Impact already loaded up on my computer. There's also a new homebrew app that will do this for you without Impact. Once you have it plugged in, it's possible that it'll automatically detect it, but it may not. It's going to ask you if you want to assign configuration files, which the configuration files are going to be the .jed files that you'll find in the download for the hack. If you're already ready to go and it's detected, well, if it detected, it'll ask you this, so say yes. And then it's going to ask you to point to the file. I have it on my flash drive. I'm doing a Jasper, so you want to pick the corresponding file for the Jasper. Click apply. And then you go to file or operations, program. And if you get the blue programming succeeded, then you're good to go. And then the next part is going to be connecting all the wires to the motherboard of the Xbox to get it to actually do what we're trying to get it to do.